skirting board of truth. It's going to be the hottest place in the world, famous area where the locos are good in shot, basically.
There you go.
I think we're live. We are live.
Okay. So
Right.
Stop your dancing and let's get to it.
Right, yes, welcome to a live running session with basically all of my locos plus guests from Kelly Ashford's Railway. We have Kelly Ashford with me. Say hello.
Hello.
There you go. We have a running session with them coming up very soon on this channel. Like straight after this, basically. But I thought we would do a running session while you're here. Live one, because I know you enjoy the live streams.
Of course I do.
We're going to run all of the locos. We're going to run through LNER, LMS, which there's two, Great Western Railway, blah blah blah, and basically give them all a bit of a thrashing.
Be careful with the ones that I've got because they don't like that.
I know. And then, well, yeah, basically that. In a nutshell, it's a running session. It's live. It's very hot, and we're going to run these as many locos as physically possible, except from diesels, except from the Class 03 shunter, because that's an exception, because I like that one. So, we are starting. We're going to move him over. Put him there, and then you don't want me to grab this one. We're starting this very similar to how we start the next video, the pre-recorded running session. However, I have decided that I'm going to stick some freight on, but I don't know if you even know what to do. Should we just put some wagons on? I'm going to use the brown guard van, wherever it's gone.
It's gone behind you there.
Right, we're just going to do wagons, I'm just going to do these box stands. There's not many.
Here's one.
There's one there as well.
Yeah, there's two more here.
Yeah, there's not many. More goods. There you go, that'll do us for now. We can prep.
Yeah, and Santa Express one.
Yeah, we'll still on. We'll prep some more goods trains later, because we need one for the 14 double X. So guest wise, we have J72, which is going to be coming up now. We have the 14 double X, which is coming up later on, and we have Leander and the 43 double X Mogul. They're all coming up later on. Some of them will run individually.
Yeah, sure.
So
however you want to do it.
So we've got the J72.
Do it the right way.
And the J50 going around. Oh, why are you?
Huh?
Forgot about that. My lines are wide up. Do you want to grab that?
Give it to me.
Right
Give it to me.
And then forgot about that.
No, that was my fault.
No, I mean the lines are wired up.
Yeah.
Forgot about. We don't want him running on the feedback controller. We don't want them exploding, do we?
No.
Genuinely, I don't think it would do any harm.
No, but
It's best to be safe, isn't it? And run them on the non-feedback. There we go. We have the J72 and the J50. Pop those there for now. Oh no! Tripod's legs fell off.
Does that happen every live stream?
Nope, it doesn't ever happen. Poor camera work now. That's not my fault, it's the tripod's fault for being an absolute...
Sorry, yeah. I really shouldn't laugh at that. Is your phone still not working?
It's fine, it's just oh no, oh dear. We have to do this the old-fashioned way, I think. Use a lorry. Its trailers now fell off. There you go, you can have a look at J50. Enjoy. I think this is truly beyond repair.
Let me try.
You wait to the leg back in there, not fall off. There you go. I'm trying to do it one-handed.
Well, you're lucky you've got me, because I can use both hands.
Apologies.
Hey, accidents happen.
Where the hell's this going? So we've had one disaster already, and it wasn't even a loco disaster.
Like it normally would be.
I know. My leg's still playing up. Help!
I think that's going to spin. Careful.
Move, lorry!
But you're the one who touched it.
I'm just going to leave that there. Whew. Stressful work, isn't it?
Well, I mean, you're the controller here, you're the boss.
I know. There's the J72. Go past the camera now. Stuck on the phone button. I'm still going.
I think we are.
Yeah, hunky dory. Right. Not plane flying over.
Leave it. It's part of the magical activity when you get an aeroplane flying over.
Disaster. Wait, is it part of disasters? Right, we're going to grab the next two.
Which will be?
Well, they're going to be LNER.
Yeah.
So we're going to do Mallard first.
Can we do the two A4s together?
I don't really want to run.
No, I don't mean double-headed. I mean one on each track.
I don't really want to run one on the second radius. It's not really suited to that.
Oh.
I can do. We'll just run Mallard on his own for now. Do you want me to take the E1 or the J72 and you can pop it in the side if you want. And then I will take the 50. Take those, yeah, there you go. Do what's fastest. Okay, so
Oh. Shall I hold on to that one before it rolls too far away?
yep. Disastrous live stream attempt number 2. I'm going to pop.
How many coaches do you usually have for?
Well, I'd normally put 6 on, but 3 will be fine. Sufficient for my last. Because I can't be bothered sticking 6 on because it'll take me a week.
I'll see to that. You see to the engine.
Okay, Mal is on the track.
Hold on. Go for it.
Now Kelly was with me when I bought Mallard.
Yes, that's true.
You're seeing Mallard run in person now, aren't you?
Yes.
But I got Mal with the 03, didn't I?
Yes, of course. Of course, the 03 was a different situation.
Yeah.
That was in my collection first.
Yeah, it was.
And then I decided to give them to you because I don't have sidings on my railway like you do on yours.
Well, it's come to a good home and it's used a lot. It's definitely one of the locos I like to run, and I love running at night as well. You know, with the
Yeah, sure.
with the lights. I know it sounds a bit odd, but those coaches with the lights, I might run the 03 with them because it's cab
Yeah,
lights.
sure. Go
Just
ahead.
because obviously, I know they're not suited to the 03, but the 03 is a shunter, so it would actually move that sort of unstock anywhere on a heavy
Yeah, sure. Hey, these coaches go mix and match anyway.
They're lovely, so. Right, I'm just going to pop these on. We'll need them later anyway, so all we're going to do is we're just going to pop them in the siding over there for later when the amber comes out. We're not going to run anything too long, we're not going to run like 6 coaches
just
because it's a live stream, it takes a long time to stick stuff on. So I'm just going to run these around. So we've got Mal going around. Mal is lovely.
Is that what you call her for short?
Yeah, Mal. because that's my teddy duck.
Yeah,
His
oh
name is
yeah,
Mal.
yeah. You
Or
don't
Mally.
need to tell me that story.
Mally, so known as either Mal or Mally. And I referenced Mallard as a male character because of my duck rather than. female
Well,
character.
I call the engine a she.
I know, but there's not many that I would call a he, but this one I do. Scotsman and Duke of Gloucester also, because Duke is a male figure and Scots man.
Yeah. But, sorry to argue, but I call them she's.
I know why, obviously. They are supposed to be referenced to she's. I'm just a bit
Because they
picky.
have female sounding whistles, I think.
I don't know. Who knows? There'll be some reason. for
Well,
it.
I know the A4 is a chime,
They are beautiful A4s, so I'm glad I got Mal.
due to my persuading you gently.
Yeah, I didn't know, because I didn't know what loco I was going to get other than Mal, so. But I have Walter, I've got Walter.
Yeah.
Walter I know is a he, because that's a boy name as well.
Well, I think you got Walter first, didn't you?
Yeah, Walter came, I got Walter in about January. I've had it a couple of months now.
And then we met up for the first time, and I
In
persuaded
June,
you to buy Mallard. I'm tripping over my words because of you. Naughty boy.
Let's put Mal back.
Not that you really are one. I don't mean it.
And then, should I run in with the tea? Let's just go
No,
out.
keep them on. They suit Walter as well as Mallard.
Right, you go, you can take the teaks, Walter, which I know you would not usually take, you'd normally take those because they're BR coaches. This is a bit quieter, however, it does not have a flywheel on it.
But he is a good runner.
Very good runner. Was a 5-pole motor, I think, so.
I did have an A4 Union of South Africa. She was tender driven. She was in Garter Blue.
Oh, an old one, yeah.
Yeah, and the tender kept coming off because it was tender driven,
Yeah,
and she eventually stopped working on me, so I gave her up.
yeah.
So I don't have an A4 now.
Yeah, you should get an A4 though. If you can find this one, like Walter, or if you can find Mallard, you should get them.
Now I'm happy with the J72 and Flying Scotsman.
I've got Scotsman, Scotsman's next.
So you're glad I mentioned her,
Yeah.
considering her name is on my T-shirt as well.
Yeah. Yeah, I like Walter though. I know a lot of people don't like the colour of Walter.
Oh,
I love it.
I like purple.
I think it's gorgeous. And in a long, long time from now, I'm eventually going to buy an old tender driven A3 in this livery and then convert it to loco driven.
Which one, may I
I
ask?
don't know. Can't remember the name of it. But I am going to get an A3 in this livery. If they don't make an A3, like a new A3 or a new A1 in this livery, I'll get an old tender driven one and convert it as a project. It'll be literally a project series on the channel.
Do you actually know how to do that?
It's very simple with A3s and A4s because they share a lot of the parts on the modern ones, share with the older ones and vice versa.
Oh, well,
Quite
Sam,
an easy project to do.
Sam managed to run his model of Smokey Joe much better because he swapped the motors around.
Yeah.
He swapped the 3-pole motor for the 5-pole one, and the engine runs a lot better.
Yeah.
I don't know why I'm mentioning Sam so much.
I don't know. Well, he's got a video coming tonight, hasn't he?
Well,
Very cool.
yeah, and plus he's my favourite YouTuber.
After me.
No, he comes before you,
I'm
actually.
number, am I second?
Yeah, Sam comes first, you're second. Because,
I can't beat Sam, nobody can.
no. I mean... Okay. Not every one of his models has run well.
Yeah.
Like, the new Class 17 diesel he got from Elgin, that one is a real doozy. I mean, the couplings are bent, it doesn't
Yeah.
run properly.
It's terrible, isn't it?
That's one of the reasons why I don't trust Elgin, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
But I do trust that.
The Hornby A4s, you can't get...
Anything better than them.
You can't beat Hornby A4. The way they run, I mean, I know they're a bit expensive for what they are. I mean...
But you get your money's worth.
Oh, I did. I paid 100 and... I think I paid 180 for Walter.
And so, how much cheaper was Mallard?
She was 94. So not much difference, really. But I did get this at an enormous discount. I got it in the January sales.
Oh, well, hey, that makes sense.
It was supposed to be 149.50.
So, what did you get it for?
118
How do you do
with
it?
postage.
How do you do it?
It was 114. It was without the postage. But the actual loco, if you bought it from Hornby, is 180.
Oh, right.
That's a huge difference. Now it's 100% worth 114 quid. Everything. I would say if you can find one of these for 120, 130, go buy it because they're absolutely gorgeous. The super detailed one as well. This is more detailed than Mallard, obviously.
Well, yeah, he is, but
But it's got the precise lining and the colour and all the different parts of the paint job, whereas Mallard is a simple Gartha blue. But in all fairness, Mallard was easily worth 94. I think that's cheap for Mallard. Good luck. Got some buffers.
well, yeah. All it took was a bit of gentle persuasion from me.
It's the same body as this, and actually Mallard's heavier than this. It can pull more.
So, compared to Walter, who's only pulling 3 of those Eleni Artiques right now,
Yeah.
how many can your Mallard manage
Once-
alone without being assisted?
On straight and level track, these premium A4s can pull around 25, 26 of these Mark 1s. I reckon Mallard could pull another 5.
Ah, right, okay,
Another 5 or 6 on straight and level track. Because of the weight difference.
sure.
Without either burning or slipping. To be honest, I still think that Walter is stunning. I couldn't pick between the two. I think Mallard is probably just a tiny bit nicer because of the balances and it's Mallard. But
Well, yeah, I mean, let's face it, she's famous for managing a speed of 126 miles per hour.
but I wasn't going to buy Walter. And then
So, what made you give in?
my mum was like, "Oh, you should get."
Oh, so
Walter.
she was the one persuading you that time?
No, but she was like, "Oh, it's nice." And then I just thought, when I thought more about it, and I thought about the colour, I wanted an A4 anyway. I thought, alright then, I'll take the plunge, because I had well enough money. I had budgeted for like 150
So,
for
the
logos.
perfect thing to spend your money on.
I know, because I got like 130 or 150, and I got loads. I'm easily able to budget for a loco, so I knew I was going to buy something, but I didn't know what. So I thought, right, that's it. I was going to buy the Hush Hush. I was going to pre-order it. I was saving up because the Hush Hush hadn't been delayed at this point.
Oh, I don't like the Hush Hush very much. Sorry, but
I know, but still, it is going to be joining the collection this year. But the A4 was like, actually, 114 quid. I was like, that's a bargain. Because I was looking at one on Rails Sheffield, and I was like, okay, I'm budgeting for £149.50 or 150 quid, something like that. And then I went on to Kernow and found it for 140, and I bought it like that. I was like, right, that's it. Kernow Model Rail Centre are a legend. I got my
get
Adam
in there.
Grady. I got my Adam Grady on a 52% discount from Kernow Model Rail Centre. Both of them have brilliant customer services. They come quick delivery. Both locos I've got have come spotless. So I definitely recommend them. They're beautiful. But yeah, so that's what made me take the plunge. Was firstly, I just thought more about it, and the more I got sort of in love with the A4.
Well, these two, with 2 others,
Yeah.
they came from eBay.
Yeah,
Whereas these 2, I bought from Chester Model Shop.
yeah.
And this one came from Chester Model Shop as well. The 57XX, that one came from eBay at £123.
That's not too bad. Pretty decent price. Right. Your guesses.
Excuse me, you're giving the game away already.
I know, but the
There's no mistaking Flying Scotsman's shape, mate.
I know. Yeah, that A4 is quite a light loco compared to Mallard.
Yeah.
There we go. This was my second ever locomotive.
Careful, you don't want to bash the passengers about.
I have to, because otherwise it wouldn't couple up, because this has got Helgen Class 17 couplings,
Oh,
because I superglued it on about 6 years ago and then did it really badly.
Well, okay, you've got them. Yeah,
I'm not-
run her in conjunction with my t-shirt.
Yeah. Now this is a very basic loco in terms of its detailing and its motor and its mechanism. It's got quite a decent mechanism actually. It's got like proper wheel bones and stuff, but it is a bit basic. Now I am going to buy a super detail Great Northern tendered A1 Flying Scotsman.
Oh
Proper
yeah,
one.
because she was an A1 first before she
Yeah.
was turned into the A3.
So I'm going to buy the Great.
That's that shape which we know today.
So I'm going to have a Great Northern tendered A1 Flying Scotsman, and I'm going to have the, as currently seen, BR green with the smoke
German
deflectors
smoke deflectors.
as well. So I'll have 3 eventually, because I will never ever get rid of this locomotive,
No,
because it's special
she's
to me.
unique, isn't she?
Which is special because it's what got me into the tender loco craze. My third loco was my third loco was the J50 or was it? It was either J50 or the 61 Double X, and then I bought the P2.
Yeah,
there.
that ugly duckling.
I like the P2. I think it's cute. I just love the
She's
shape.
ugly.
You have to close your eyes when the P2 comes up next.
But then again,
Better than the Sticky Diesel.
well, okay, I'll suffer this once. I'll swallow it down like a bottle of nasty tasting medicine. Right, are you sure you're not going to have another disaster with that?
I'm just moving it slightly.
Careful. Right,
The
standing.
leg's giving way.
Yeah, it is, but still standing.
It's still standing. Yeah.
Be careful, or I might be tempted to pinch your butt.
Take that better.
Whoops, sorry.
Knock your foot then. Oh, that's what Scotty go around for a bit. Scotsman doesn't mind running for a while. It's a good loco.
I'll bet she's happy to see the sunshine.
Very. Because the paintwork's a little bit discoloured.
Alright.
If you notice, it is a bit dark. But when it's in the sunlight, it's absolutely beautiful. It's just age. It's aged. The P2s is as well. It used to-
I don't think my model of Flying Scotsman, I've got the same one as you, mine hasn't aged much because I haven't played with her all that often.
Is it that dark, or is it a bit lighter than that?
No, mine's a bit lighter. Mine's more the proper apple.
Well, this is meant to be Doncaster green, which is a teeny bit lighter, a teeny bit darker than apple.
Yeah,
Very
well,
similar though.
Mine's an apple green, so mine's
Yeah.
the lighter shade. If you know what I
However,
mean.
this used to be in direct sunlight for a long time. Well, I'd never used to have the shed and stuff. Like 4 or 3 years ago, when I first set this up, and it used to go in the drawers and stuff. So age-wise, that's why it's discoloured. You notice the handrails have oxidised as well. But I don't give a toss because I love them, and I love this one.
Well, that's what counts.
And this loco for me is super special. So is the P2 because they were my 2 first ever tender locos, and my first LNR locos as well.
So, when did the Great Western tender engine part come in?
Well, that was March 2020. I got my first one,
Oh,
which was the 28 Double X. However, my love for the Great Western came a lot, well, years before that when I got the 61 Double X.
oh.
So, but my first tender loco, Great Western tender loco, was the 28 Double X, but the smoky one, the one with
Yeah.
smoke generator. I then got rid of that and replaced it with the modern 28 Double X.
Of course.
However, I did love that old 28 Double X.
Well, I kind of loved it too, but when you gotta replace, you gotta replace.
but in all fairness, this one I love even more so. It's a far better loco, far superior in every single way, so... Oh, but Scots was lovely.
Well, before I got into something similar to yours with electricity, I actually had a clockwork train set when I was 8 years old.
Yeah.
It was the old Hornby Thomas one.
Didn't even know they did clockwork. That was a long time ago.
Well, I've actually found the clockwork train set on eBay for a good price. It's still available there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like eBay, but I always find it a bit annoying sometimes. With all the good locos on bids and I'm like, I'm not sitting here for 20 years watching the bid go round. So, now for my largest loco, by far.
Yeah, LNER style, I know, you don't need to
And
it.
and I think even when I get the Hush Hush,
Which is even uglier.
this will still be the biggest. The Mikado. But people say this is the only Mikado, but I was thinking the other day, is the 72XX not Mikado?
I think so.
So yeah. No, I think it only refers to passenger locos.
Yeah.
So I don't think that counts because it's a freighter.
No, maybe not.
It's a modified design as well, you know, because it's basically a 280 with extra 2 wheels. But yeah, this is the beastie of the P2. This is the most powerful passenger loco Britain has ever seen.
Yeah, but it was also very problematic too.
The P2s are actually surprisingly reliable. It was the A2/2s that were terrible. Edward Thompson ruined these beauties for his very ugly and controversial A2/2s.
Yes.
I did nearly buy an A2/2. I nearly bought Cocker and All. To match Cocker and All P2.
Oh, well, I did say that if I were to buy an A2, I'd make sure it was the peppercorn design, the one named Blue Peter, the only
Yeah.
one preserved.
It's difficult to find Blue Peter now though. Sale. You could scroll through eBay and see if you could find it that way, but it's difficult.
Well, usually eBay is the best way to go for me.
Yeah.
I've had some good bargains with what I've bought.
My Evening Star is one eBay bargain.
Well, Sam's got two, I'm sure you know the story already.
Yeah.
Because the other one he's got was that was converted into the Great Central Railway 9F that he
Yeah.
had a go at driving on his 21st
He's got
birthday.
4 9Fs because he's got a BR black one and then he's got the Franco Costi as well.
Yeah, he has.
I like the Franco Costi, man.
It's not gelling with me. I prefer the
Yeah.
Evening Star style.
Yeah. But obviously, I'm only gonna have ever 2 9Fs. I'm gonna have Evening Star and a Franco Costi.
Which number do you know?
Do you know, genuinely, I wouldn't have bought I wouldn't have bought a Terrier if I'd have been able to get.
But you've got a
9F
Digitaria now.
To be honest, I'd have still bought a Terrier anyway. To be honest, I want a 7F. I'm still really wanting that 7F.
I'm sure you'll find one eventually.
The thing is with 7F is it's harder to find a 7F than it is to find a Franco Costi, so.
Just keep looking, don't give up. But don't search too hard.
I know. Well, I'm going to have to pay 150 quid for 7F for 1 month, which is a lot. Whereas a Franco Costi, I nearly bought a Franco Costi for about 85 quid. I nearly bought a Raven Q6 for about 80 quid.
Oh.
And then they all went, and I was gutted. Being that close by, and it was went a week too late. Can't remember which logo I bought now.
I know City of Truro, she was very expensive, wasn't she?
Yeah.
£149. But of course, I got it from Locomotion Model Shop. And then Sam was the second one who got her, I think. Then it was
I
you.
ordered mine before Sam.
Beg your pardon, the other way round.
But Sam did review and get his before I got mine.
Yeah. Well, the only thing is, he didn't show his review until.
Oh no, mate, actually, tell a lie. I reckon Sam ordered his before mine.
I think it was Sam first, and then it was you.
But we had made the decision to buy it 2 months before we did order it. Because we had to value up all the cash to get City of Truro before we ended up buying it. So, but that was a nice one to get. I do like City of Truro.
But when I come to think of it, although £149 for City of Truro, because she's special edition, is quite expensive.
Yeah.
For me, the most expensive train set I ever bought from eBay at £199 was the Shakespeare Express one,
Yeah.
with Rude Ashton all in it. I've actually stuck the headboard on under the smoke box with blue tack. I know it's not very professional, but I like it that way. And you'll have to excuse it when you see it.
Oh, it'll be fine. Obviously, I wouldn't glue it on either. I'd blue tack it on
Yeah.
as well. So
It's staying stuck on quite nicely.
yeah.
And don't be misled, because you kind of saw me do it in one of our video calls some time ago. I've taken her out of the train set box and put her into a Hornby Railroad ball engine box.
I mean, it works because people will fit, won't they?
Yeah.
So
Yeah, I just had to bend down the tarpaulin rods, where they fit the tarpaulin when it's raining.
yeah. Right. Should we do LMS now?
If you like. Bring that one to a stop first.
Yeah, will do. I'm going to stop the P2.
So, which LMS engine shall we start with?
Should we start with Leander?
Alright.
These coaches are out.
Yeah, get that lot off first, otherwise it's not going to work.
Just pop the B2, but the B2's going to move over in a bit because the 95 bits is on the shelf.
Big beast. Yeah, the problem we've got with the with finding a new storage thing is that the P2 is absolutely enormous. So it's by far the biggest loco as well.
Yeah, sure. Anyway, enough of that.
Yeah, I'm just going
Anybody
this
at
way
home?
instead. Just going this way this time.
So,
We're in the same direction.
okay.
We'll swap it round when the 14XX comes on later.
I like to do it the tender first because that's easier to get on properly.
Yeah. Then we're running 13, well, like 40 engines on.
Yeah, I'm just going to put that back a bit just so I can get the engine
Well,
itself on.
We're not
that
going to run
first
every
proper.
single loco, we're just going to run like most of them. We're not going to run every single pocket rocket because there's not really much point in that.
No. Come on, Leander. It's your turn.
Beautiful.
Excuse me, I'll have to pinch your chair. Do you mind? I always have to kneel down to put her on.
It's because of the bogey, isn't it?
Yeah. Oop. Right.
What you want to do.
Whoops. Right. Go for.
Let's go!
One guess loco.
Guest loco number 2.
Leander in gloss finish. She cost me £75. I bought her from a stand on Kidderminster Town Station
Yeah.
a few years ago. And she's one of my favourite engines. Of course, she's a favourite of mine in a lineup of 6.
Yeah.
At first it was only 5, but now it's 6.
Because you got a joint first, haven't you?
Well,
Foxy
yeah.
and Truro, so.
Well, next time I come here, well, you want to meet Foxcoat Manor? You haven't seen her yet.
I'd like to know because I've got Dinmore and Hinton, haven't I? So
Yeah, but
Pretty similar. But you can bring Foxy along if you want. But obviously, I'd like to meet Rudolph Hall, Lizzie, Big Liz at some point.
well,
Blossom as well.
oh yeah, she's noisier than any engine you've got here.
I know, but I don't
Very
mind it too
noisy.
noisy.
It's like really noisy down your ears,
Yeah.
so I hope she's not going to deafen you.
Leander is properly carrying some speed now. She's warmed up. Slowed it down a little bit.
Yeah.
She's an express loco, so it's fair enough. I just don't want her running so quickly that she flies off, but she's beautiful though. Very good runner for an old mainline loco.
Well, she's been seen hauling blue and grey Mark 1 coaches as well as the maroon.
Yeah, obviously on the main line and stuff.
And I think she's hauled the odd chocolate and cream one.
Yeah.
You see, it's pretty much a case of mix and match. I mean, as I say, liveries with engines in rolling stock don't necessarily have to always match. You can mix things up. That's what the enjoyment of this is all about. You can mix and match.
She does run nicely though, doesn't she?
She is a nice runner. She's been a nice runner from day one on my railway.
Yeah, I'm gonna get some Jubilees, but I'm gonna get some Batman ones, some new ones, like brand new Batman locos.
Yeah.
So
If you can find any.
if we can definitely find Leander in LMS Maroon, 100% buy that. Buy a BR Green one as well, but I don't know which one. I don't know whether to get a Sprat one or it just really depends on what loco I'm looking for. Because I'm not looking for any at the minute.
Well, Sam's got a green Jubilee. It's the weathered one.
I think hasn't he got the experimental? The experimental green one.
Yeah.
That's quite nice.
Yeah.
So I'd probably consider one of those.
Well, of course, Bahamas, the only double chimneyed Jubilee to be preserved is in green.
Yeah. And then Patriot,
Yeah, that's a good engine
the
too.
Unknown Warrior. I've had one. I'd have that in model form. And then the Royal Scots.
Yeah, well, are you going to go for Scots Guardsman or one of the other ones? Or is it still up in the air?
Well, 46-100, which is Royal Scot.
Yeah.
And then the other one, which I have no idea what the name is, 46165, the two preserved BR Green ones.
Oh, right.
They're the two I'd have. The two preserved Royal Scots. I'd have them both.
Is it Royal Fusilier?
No, that's Bat 5.
Oh.
It's got a lot of different names. It's had a lot of different names, which is why it's confusing.
Yeah.
Beautiful little Leander, isn't she?
What is it you love about my engine, Leander?
The livery.
Is that kind of what's making you wanting to buy it?
Well, to be honest, I want it in the LMS local in this livery. Right, there you go. Leander is done basically. Lovely thing.
And she's got nicely painted detail too.
I know, it's gorgeous, isn't it? That?
Of course, Sam didn't know how to pronounce this engine's name at first, so I had to...
How did you pronounce it?
He said it was Linda. So I had to spell it out in the proper pronunciation mode, which is Leander. So I went like a boy's name, L-E-E, dash, and then the ander part at the end. A funny way to do it, but it worked. And
Linda. It's not even spelled Linda. Like what?
well,
Oh wow.
I had to correct him 3 times with one of the spam cans he's got, Tangmere. He kept on calling her Tangemere. I don't know why, but I had to correct him 3 times, and eventually, after the 3rd time, he got it, and he hasn't said it wrong since, luckily.
Right, we'll not need those for the rest of the day because we're going to whip on the old LMS coaches now. We're currently in the LMS stage.
Yes, with your Midland compound, I guess?
Yeah.
Lucky guess, huh?
Yeah.
Which one do you want
That's the
first?
front one because it's got the door cover,
Oh, alright.
and that one's the middle one because it hasn't got any of the door covers on.
Hey, watch it, the
I
fan's
know.
blown away.
It's running away.
Come back.
Right, we're going to do, after the LMS, we're going to do British Railways because there's a couple of standards.
Yeah, sure.
No, actually no, we're going to do Southern, then British Railways, and then we're going to leave God's Wonderful Railway till last.
As I like to do.
So that's what we're going to do. So we'll do Southern next, which is in all honesty, probably one of my favourites.
Well, I can understand why.
They do make some beautiful classic pre-grouping locos, don't they?
Well, I'm sorry to say you won't find any Southern engine on my railway anytime soon.
You're not going to. What about Spam Cam?
No.
You've got a Terrier.
Well, I'll keep the Terrier.
So there is a Southern loco.
Yeah, but you see, I've given in to the Terriers to their cuteness factor.
They're adorable. I genuinely, in the future, my Terrier count is going to be off the scale.
Yeah, you keep on telling me that every time we have a video call.
Terriers are terriers. I love them.
Well, hey, come on, how can you not love the Terrier? They're so cute.
I can think of with Brighton, there'll be 4 that I can think of at the minute. SECR Green, KESR Bodium, I think it's Bodium, or one of the blue ones in KESR livery, and then an A1X in BR Black, 9 Black.
Well,
So that's
the only
4.
one I'm ever going to have is Leadenhall.
I've got, which is the same with Brighton, isn't it?
Yeah, the only difference there is the name's
Obviously,
different.
yeah. All of mine will be Hornby ones as well. Well, the Napoli ones.
And of course, I've also given in to the W4 Peckett engines.
Yeah.
Now I know they don't have the bunker at the back of the cab because they're too small for that.
Yeah.
I think seeing them on Sam's channel made me give in to them. I mean, they're just as cute as the Terrier,
Yeah.
so I decided I'd buy one from eBay and I'd buy one from Chester Model Shop.
Yeah.
They're the same one in spooky grey livery.
Yeah.
You've already seen them, but you haven't
Yeah.
seen them running yet.
But I'd love to see more Caledonian locos to be done in model form.
Yeah, I like the Caledonian 060 engines.
I like that. The only issue is it's obviously too expensive, but if it ever goes down in price, I will 100% be buying one, the reserved one. But I like the single wheeler, Caledonian single
Yeah,
wheeler.
Sam's still got that one on his railway, I'm sure.
Yeah, I'd also like a set of 3 Caledonian coaches as well. As well as the Andrew Barclay and Caledonian Railway livery.
And of course, I'm sure you'll want to see Jimmy the Ginty out of my collection.
Yeah, you have to bring him next time as well. You have to bring Jimmy the Ginty.
Well, remember, I can only carry so many.
Yeah, I know.
So I think it's going to be like, 4 each time,
yeah,
and no more than that.
yeah.
So,
So do
I'll-
2 tender, 2 tanks.
yeah, I'll keep it to that.
Or you could do, because obviously Blossom is small, like a really small tender engine, maybe just do.
Well, yeah,
Awesome as well.
she is one of the small 2MT tender engines.
Actually, good one. Next time, Ginty,
Yeah.
the standard 4 tank, because you've got to try and convince me to like those. Elizabeth and Redaction Hall.
Okay.
Because then what we'll do is the time after we'll do Blossom and Foxcoat after that.
Fine.
We'll do the single
Yeah.
tanks. Fine. But
And
obviously we need to have a variation of everything. So obviously we've got LMS in that, Great Western and British Railways in that. So be nice.
well, shouldn't I bring along my terrier to meet yours?
Yeah, you can if you want.
Have them both working together?
Yeah.
Because I'm sure your little terrier, Brighton, would love a sister to talk to
Yeah.
temporarily.
Yeah. Right.
Of course, as you know, I've whittled my mana collection from 6 down to 2,
Yeah.
because that's basically all I've got room for. Although, come the latter half of this year, the Backman Hinton mana will be replaced by the Dapple one.
Yeah.
How many different sets of carriages have you actually got?
A lot, but I will end up with far more than this.
But where will you put them all?
I'll find space. So I've basically dumped in here. Bless you. I've basically dumped in here until I've got a better sort of place to put
And this is the first time I've ever sneezed in the middle of a live stream.
I don't really know what to run. Like with the Southern engines. Just run the green coats with them or bloody buttons as well. Actually, I'm going to save the buttons till later.
I've got an idea. Why don't you run just 2 of those and 2 of the Pullmans? Mix it up.
Because what I'm going to do is I'm going to run two each with those 2.
Oh, right,
And then I'm
okay.
going to run 4 with the Spam Can and then 4 with the Lord Nelson. So we're going to start with the Spam, then Martin Frobisher, then 2 tanks. But the 2 tanks will run together.
Sure,
So I
okay.
think that's how we're going to work this. So let's stop.
Well, excuse me for sneezing so loudly.
Oh, it's fine. My mum sneezes far louder than that. You can hear her from Mars when she sneezes.
I just wish this hay fever of mine would go away.
Right. To grab the favourite, who I'm sure you will like a lot.
I think you like Blackmore Vale anyway.
Oh, wrong way. That would help.
I do not like Southern engines, they don't chuff sharply enough.
But
Well, with
Standard.
actually that's not quite true because Salamiel of Monsal status has a sharp chuff.
N15,
Yeah.
King Arthur. I'm going to get an M15, but I'm going to get one in Southern Olive Green because I think what the best option is for Southern engines is to get a variation. So instead of getting them all in malachite, I'd like to get lots of different ones in different colours, in different liveries. And
Shall I pull them back for you a bit?
now all of these have now got metal wheels. These have never had metal wheels before, but I swapped them with other coaches. So
Well,
now-
I'm holding onto the brake coach with my very shaky left hand here.
There we go. Shouldn't roll down.
No, they're stiff now until
Now Blackmore Vale isn't the strongest or the weightiest loco in the world, but will not struggle with these anymore.
so I can see.
So
Is she one of the ones you run most often?
easy. Probably the most often ran loco. Actually no. I think the most often ran is the Adams Radial.
Oh, the tank engine.
The Adams Radial, the Terrier, the O3 Shunter, either of the A4s, 28 double X and this. By far some of the most ran. But I've had this loco over a year now, and it's still never going to get beaten on the favourites.
Well,
Unfortunately. Some locos have got close, the 28 double X has got very close.
yeah.
It's the closest the loco's got. But genuinely this loco is the favourite.
Well, I know I've counted Rude Ashton Hall as a new favourite of mine in my lineup, but I haven't even met her in the flesh yet. I haven't met the real Temper engine.
I've never met Blackmore Vale, but I have met a fair few Spam Cans in my time, and I know
So
that
I can
like it.
imagine.
So I've met City of Wells, got me my love for these?
Well, span-can southern engines are prone to slipping starts in real life.
Yes, they are. They are very wheel slippy locos. That's because because of the chain valve gear, isn't it?
Yeah, probably. Well, you see, Sam knows more about that side of it than I do, because I just tend to enjoy what I get.
Yeah. But it is a beautiful, beautiful
Well-
loco though. Gotta admit, it does look fabulous in Malachite.
Well, I think out of the 20 engines I've got now, because I'm not getting any more, I haven't got room
Yeah.
for more. I think my 2MT Blossom, who's the noisiest one of all, must be the oldest, because I've had her a lot longer
Yeah.
than all of the new ones I've got.
Do you think you'd ever replace Blossom?
Never, because she reminds me too much of my rides behind her on the Severn Valley Railway.
I'm gonna get that. Is she a BR standard or is she an LMS Ivert?
She's an LMS Ivert. That's why she's called an Ivert 2MT.
I know, but they're very similar, aren't they?
Yeah, they are similar, but
I'm going to eventually get both. So I'm going to get a dark green, BR green Bachmann Ivert 2MT, and then I'm going to get one of the spanking new Hornby BR standard 2s at some point. But in
Well,
BR black.
aside from that, I'm sure the sight of my standard 4 tank engine will persuade you.
I know. I'm planning to get. I don't know how I'm doing it yet. So standard 4 tank. Either I'm not sure whether to get that in BR green, or whether to get standard 3 in BR green, or whether to just go stuff it and get them both, because we'll be getting a Furburn and a 4P. I'm getting a Furburn and a 4P, Stania 4P in BR black anyway. And then obviously I'm going to be getting a Fowler 4P. Is it the Fowler 4P?
Yes, I think so.
The LMS Crimson Late one.
Yeah.
So I don't know whether to get both the 4MT and 3MT in. And then obviously there's the standard 2MT tank, isn't
Yeah,
there?
which,
is going to be BR
again,
black.
I'm not too keen on.
BR black, one of those.
There's a green one under construction at the Severn Valley Railway.
Yeah, that's the 3. That's the brand new standard 3MT tank.
I always get confused with the 2 and the 3MT.
I don't know what the difference is, but I know that I think the 3MT is a little tiny bit bigger, but it's being built from an old 2MT. So basically,
yeah.
they saved a standard class 2MT tender engine, but it was never saved with its tender,
Ah,
and they couldn't be bothered making a new tender.
so they
So they
decided
thought-
to convert it
So
to...
instead of restoring it, which costs a lot more, they thought, right, what we're going to do... Actually, no, I'm telling a lie, this is the wrong... It's, right, they've got rid of, they've decided to rebuild a 2MT into a 2MT tank, but they are building a brand new 3MT as well. There's a brand new 3MT under construction, and there's a regeneration, which is this new 2MT tank engine. So I got mixed up then. But it's a very similar case with the 93XX prototype Mogul. That was built out of a 61XX Prairie. So they dismantled that and turned that into a 93XX Mogul, which is very similar to the 43.
Well, I will bring along Princess Elizabeth, bearing in mind she's one of the heaviest engines that I've got.
They are very weighty, but obviously we'll make up for that by bringing the lighter, smaller locos as well. Because I
Yeah.
don't want you to bring too many big ones at the same time.
Oh, no.
Because I don't want it to be too heavy for you, but obviously if you bring Elizabeth, bring along a couple of smaller locos like standard for the Ginty, and then if you want to bring Rudash and Horn, you can do if you can manage it. But I was surprised by how heavy that bag was today. However, I'm not surprised with that Dapple box, how thick that thing is and how big that Hatton's box is.
Well,
I'm sure that the Hornby boxes and the Bachmann boxes aren't too bad.
feel the weight of that one.
I mean,
With Leander.
there's not much weight in that really with this box. Like, it's not as bad as the other box.
Okay, you can do a comparison.
I mean, this is so unnecessarily thick. Listen to that. You couldn't even shoot through that. If you shot a bullet through that, it would literally get stuck. It's that thick. Crazy.
Well, I think they'd rather have it this thick to protect their engine.
Yeah.
It makes sense when you think about it.
Alright, everybody say goodbye to the beautiful Black Morveil.
Good riddance.
Sugar. Come on.
I don't mean that nastily.
It is. This livery, I think, is what sets this loco off. That's why I like it so much.
Just watch where you're putting it.
I know. Move back tender. Thank you very much. And then, now for the unnecessarily big tender, probably the biggest tender I've ever
That's
seen.
Lord Nelson. The Lord Nelson class, right?
Yep. Which is very similar to the N15 and the S15.
Yeah, but the tenders are slightly different shape. And
Slightly different shape, yeah, but they are the N15 also has the double bogey tender.
Yeah.
I like these. I think this is lovely. It's a matter of sure. It's not the only.
You're doing it the wrong way, pal.
I know. I'm making sure that the fingers are coupled. Now, I will admit, this is a Bachmann loco, and it's an old one with a split chassis. Now, I want to question to people who say that split chassis locos don't run very well. This one's
Well-
absolutely perfect.
She runs well to me.
Very well. Supremely quiet. I never have any issues with it picking up. And this is a definite keeper.
Of course.
Even though Hornby do an updated version of this very loco, I will never ever get rid of this loco in turn for a new one. Instead, I will just buy Lord Nelson off Hornby, like the new one, or
Yeah.
a different class of it, a different loco, because this is the only one I want in. I don't want another Malachite of this. I want a BR green one,
Yeah.
so I'd get Lord Nelson and BR green to join this. Because this loco is absolutely fabulous. I bought this for 50 quid. And it's brilliant. I love it.
Well,
So this is a permanent keeper. Like, this is not going anywhere. This is not getting replaced for a newer loco or anything.
well, the tank engine of Jimmy the Gingy that I've got now, I know I did have a few more, but I decided that new one was enough, so I've
Yeah.
only got the one. That one came from Bridge North Station shop on the
Yeah.
Severn Valley Railway a few years ago. My mum bought him for me for £90, and I was not allowed to touch him till December. So, to prevent myself from touching
Same
him
with
too
that.
soon, I hid him under my bed, the storage space. And also, I bought the slightly newer version of the Santa Express train set,
Yeah.
and I kept that hidden in the bag in one of my storage rooms. Of course, I did touch it, but I didn't play with it.
Yeah.
I only touched it to show my key worker Alison what it was like. But I didn't play with it till December.
Yeah.
And it reminded Sam so much of himself, having to keep away from his first train set.
Yeah.
It is a challenge, but
Yeah,
I
it
managed
is.
it.
It was a challenge for me to not touch the Midland compound for 6 months because I bought it in August
All
of
right.
2020. I bought it as a Christmas present. Because they're really rare and the limited edition, we couldn't just leave it on eBay. So
You
Yeah,
had to
well,
get
yeah.
it.
we had to get it. So we did, and it was there for. It was literally under this table for 6 months. I wasn't allowed to touch it.
Well,
I did get it out a few times, and it did run, just to make sure it was all hunky dory and everything was running fine.
well, of course, you've got to give it the test run.
Yeah.
Well, apart from the Terrier, no Southern Tender engine is going to be on my railway.
What about the Adams Radial? Do you not like the Adams Radial? Even though that's my profile picture on YouTube.
I'm not saying change it to something else. I mean, that's your choice.
Yeah.
Well, of course, I decided, instead of you just seeing me with my profile picture, I thought, oh, stuff it, I'm tired of this. Everybody knows I'm a driver and fireman with Holy War anyway. So I swapped it to a photo of Foxcote Manor instead, which I think is much nicer.
Yeah.
By the way, that scene, which is also my desktop wallpaper, is
Yeah.
from 1989.
Jeez.
Hey, wait a minute.
I need to pop these.
Yeah, put them on the inside track,
Yeah, for now. And then Lord Nelson class is going.
of course.
It is a nice one. That was my first Southern Loco. So
So, what's next?
it is the 2 tank engines. So the lovely
Oh, yes.
Tiny Terrier. Just going to go on this line, facing the other way.
And what rolling stock is she?
Front 2 green coaches.
Wouldn't you like 2 of the smaller coaches instead?
Well, they're obviously the Great Western, but
Well, but you could put the L and the R ones behind her.
I mean, I don't mind. She can do. I've
I
only
mean,
got,
come on. That thing, isn't that a bit heavy for her all the time? Don't you think she deserves a bit of a lighter load?
fair enough. We'll do that. Just for a bit of a mix-up. Remove these. They're facing the wrong way anyway. Gonna pop them behind. They'll actually match these because they're a bit like LBSC coaches, aren't they?
Yeah, well,
Otherwise-
apart from the fact that they are L and R,
I know, but the colours are.
can you move the terrier forward? I'm struggling. Stop there. Yeah, move her out the way, please. Or him, whatever you call it. Okay, you can stop it there.
They'll put it in shot. The issue with the 6-wheel is obviously because of the middle 2 move.
I got that one on.
There we go. This is naughty running this with coaches, but
Well, you see, I can put them on better further down here.
it'll look nice.
Hold on.
Of course, it'll look nice. Like the Terrier looks good with any logo.
I think she looks better with them, to be honest.
Let's go.
I think she's enjoying those coaches more. I mean, the Adams Ray fuel tank is a bit heavier, but you see,
So
I
do
don't
you know-
like to stress the Terrier out.
Yeah, the Terriers are classified in real life as a 0P.
Yeah, but she manages them very well.
The Adams are rated as a 1P, so they're not
Yeah.
much better. But obviously, it's got one of my favourite wheel configurations, the 442. I love the what is known as Atlantic wheel configuration.
Yeah.
I'm hoping to pick up Beachy Head. 4-2. What is it? Something 4-2. Is it 4-2-4-2-4? Something like that. I know it ends in 424. BR line black to match the Adams Radial, and obviously the Adams Radial is a Bluebell resident, and
Yeah.
they're building Beachy Head at the Bluebell.
Yeah,
Um,
sure.
So I'm hoping to put one of those up at some point as my first Atlantic, but I will get a lot of Atlantics. I can pre-warn everyone, Atlantics are not going anywhere. There's going to be many.
Well,
I can afford them.
don't overdo it.
Oops, I might be.
Remember, you can only buy what you've got space for.
I know. Well, I'll have space for hundreds of locos, but I won't buy hundreds because I'm not Sam Strange. I'm not crazy.
I mean, don't you think you should get a pair of those coaches for the little terrier? She likes them.
I might get some LBS. What I'll do is I'll probably get some proper LBSC ones eventually, and then if I get a J72, I will get a couple of those. I'll get more than that. I'll get the 4-wheeled ones. I won't get the 6-wheelers. I'll get a rake of 4 of each.
Yeah.
So like 4 LNER ones, 4 LBSC ones, 4 SCCR ones for all my pre-grouping locos eventually. Because obviously I need, and then I might even get 4 Southern Olive ones for these, because these 2 can hold them then.
Sure.
So I might get those. If I've ever got enough room and time and money for them, which I will eventually, I'll get loads. It's just at the minute I'm going to make do with the lovely Great Western ones, because I think that they're gorgeous. I might even go for the Plum and Spilled Milk for LNWR, even though there isn't really any logos that can pull,
Well,
except from the Webb Coal Tank, which I will end up with a Webb Coal Tank anyway, so
yeah,
Who knows?
Sam's got one.
yeah. The thing is with these Mark 1s is they're designed for large locos, aren't they?
Yeah, something as tiny as a Terrier would struggle.
Like, it's okay with these now that are converted into metal wheels. It holds them absolutely fine, but it's just they're a bit big.
Yeah. So, come on, those coaches are a lot lighter in weight and she
Yeah.
can hold them perfectly, can't she?
But I wouldn't get LNER for her. I'd get the LBSC ones. You know, the sort of off
Yeah, sure.
orangey red ones that
Yeah,
Sam's
sure.
got. So 4 of those in 4-wheel guys. And
Would
then
you have them with lights or without?
probably without at first. But I don't know. I mean,
And well, you see, the ones with lights, they're only about what, £10 more expensive?
it depends. I might get some with and some without. It's sort of the LNER ones I wouldn't get with lights. I'd get. So I like the sort of, you know, the 2-tone ones like
Yeah.
the LNWR,
Yeah.
plum spilt milk and stuff.
Yeah,
I like those with lights, like the Great Western ones. I think they suit the lights, whereas just the standard orangey or red ones are probably wouldn't. But I know the SECR ones are like bright red.
yeah.
I like those. I think they're cool. There's not many SECR logos though.
No, that's just the trouble.
However, I would get a Wainwright D class if they were below £200. Now, those Wainwright D classes are not very powerful.
So what would you have them haul?
So what I would do is I'd have a set of 4 SECR 4-wheel coaches for
Yeah.
them
Yeah,
because it wouldn't struggle with those.
nice and light.
Yeah, because I wouldn't have a D class with the traction tyres because I don't like traction tyres.
No.
It's the same with the Hornby T9. I would convert that as well to no traction tyre because you can buy the spur wheels off Peter Spurs. But I don't know. Yeah. Some Southerners running. Those, they just actually suit the colour of the Terrier, don't they? Those.
Yeah, they do.
It's a funny one. Heritage Railway. We're allowed to do what we want. We can run whatever contest we want. Right.
Well, I thought something lighter better than something heavy,
Yeah.
especially for a titchy engine like the Terrier. Because let's face it, she's not even half as strong as the Adams radial tank engine, is she?
Yeah. Right, so the plan is we're going to run the Ruston and the 03 in the British Rail section, which is next. So I'm going to run those with the standard. Should I run those with the standard Forza? No, I'm not actually. I'm not going to. No. Yeah, I'm going to run those 2 together later on. There's quite a few BRs though, which rail logos. But anywho. Brighton the Terrier. I will take this off. There we go. Yeah, don't we grab those? So I won't need those now. Except for I did run my standard 4 with the green coaches at one point because it's a Southern Region standard 4. So I believe it is anyway. It's a lovely Terrier. You pop in there like so. Right, she's going to go down in the
She's
numbers.
very cute, I'll give her that. I guess that's why I gave in for a Terrier of my own. Of course, I did have that one in Southeastern and Chatham Railway Green livery.
Yeah.
But I think I like Leadenhall better because she's in a brighter colour, if you know what I mean.
I can't be bothered setting up a large freight today. So,
No, just do what you want.
So, Evening Star is coming out pulling a small heritage flipping passenger train. But to be honest, Evening Star's gorgeous with coaches. She's far nicer with coaches than she is with freight because obviously of her lovely BR line green. She's very different to all of the 9S except from 92214, which was never painted green in its actual service life on the main line.
She's got them.
210.
The very last engine to be built by BR, as we all know. I guess the story has been told too many times.
Yeah, unfortunately, the second to last loco to be built by BR, 92219, is in preservation, however, is unrestored. Never been restored, and it's in a right old state. And I would love to see it restored, because obviously we don't want the second to last one going to rot, do we?
Well, I think COVID got in the way on that one.
Yeah, a lot have though. A lot of it like have, haven't they? But yeah, this is my eBay bargain. This logo. Bought this thing for £62. Mint condition. On bids.
Well, I don't do bids anymore because I never get anywhere fast with them.
We literally was the only people to bid on the logo.
So nobody else was fighting for it? You were lucky.
Very lucky. And then Evening Star was now the pride. This is the second Evening Star I've been through, because you may know the story of the Duff one that I ended up with that was tender driven.
Yeah.
Beforehand. Sold, well, sent that back, got a refund of it. 83 quid that was, not even worth it. Got the refund, and then put that money towards the Evening Star. So I bought about August last year. It's coming to a year old now. Can't believe it's a year since I bought this logo. It's crazy.
Well, well, I know I pushed my collection up to 30 steam engines, but then I thought, I'm getting too much of a kerfuffle of what I want to keep here, so
Yeah.
I just whittled it down to 20.
Yeah.
10 tender engines, 10 tank engines. Plus, a little Batman Thomas the Tank Engine and Friends.
Yeah.
lineup. Well, don't you want to see them here?
You can bring them if you want, but obviously I've got Thomas and Percy, but have you
Yeah, but I've got Thomas, Percy and Toby, with Henrietta, Annie and Clarabelle, the Troublesome Drugs.
Well, if you used to bring them, I don't need Thomas and Percy, but Toby, Henrietta and Annie and Clarabelle would be interesting to see. Because the Annie and Clarabelle are far better than the rubbish
Hornby
ones
one.
that Hornby supply. No, I would get Batman, Thomas and Friends range, but not many of them. So
Well, I've only gone for that little small thing.
I've got Thomas and Percy from Hornby, so
Yes, but Thomas and Percy from Batman are much better.
I know. Well, no,
Come on!
I'm not I don't like the Batman Thomas's shape.
Why not? He's more like his TV show counterpart.
It just doesn't float my boat.
Oh, come on.
Very kicky. But then the Percy is just very similar to the Hornby one. But genuinely, Batman do make a better version of most of the other locos, and I do like the Henry more than the Hornby one. So I'd end up with him. Yeah, because Henry's my favourite character.
Well, Thomas and Percy are two of mine.
So
My only two favourites, in fact.
And then I think I love Donald and Douglas. I think they're hilarious.
The Scottish twins.
Scots, they're funny as.
Oh, hi, and what would that be?
They're like potty mouthed as well, which like all Scots are.
Well, Michelangelis described them as practical, peppery, and proud. They
Daisy,
do argue sometimes.
I would buy Batman Daisy, diesel rail car. Obviously me in Thomas and Friends, buy that. And that's probably it.
Oh, come on. Can't I persuade you to let my Batman Thomas and Percy run here?
They can come here, but I wouldn't buy them. Personally.
We'll see about that.
But I would buy the Annie and Clarabelle though.
Oh yeah, you can get them separately.
Yeah, I'd get those.
You can also get the Tidmouth milk tank in Batman.
Yeah.
Soda fuel and a tar tank.
Haven't they done some four-wheel coaches as well?
Yeah, the red pair.
No, they've done another pair, like, they look like LMWR coaches.
Oh, right.
So they've done some.
I don't think I've seen them. But also they have Gordon's Express coaches and James's
Yeah,
Express
they're better
coaches.
than the Hornby ones. I have the Hornby ones.
Yeah.
And they're not brilliant. To be honest, I'd probably trade them in for them. Or Gordon and the Gordon and James Express coaches.
Of course, you can get Gordon and James in Batman style. Also, it seems from eBay only you can add Edward and Henry.
Henry is the only one of the tender engines I get.
What's wrong with Edward?
Edward
He's nice.
don't like the shape. James don't like his shape. They just look really odd. But then Henry I like just because it's Henry, and Henry's my favourite character. And then Gordon is just Gordon, isn't it? I'd probably consider Gordon.
Big bossy boiler.
Yeah, but then nah, not many more than that because I don't want to come across as like Sam with thousands of Thomas Locos I don't use.
Oh,
Genuinely, I'm only going to buy Thomas Locos that I would use because I wouldn't use James, I wouldn't use Henry, I wouldn't use Percy, and I probably wouldn't use Thomas for Boredom, and I probably wouldn't use Toby either. But I would use the N2, I'd use Gordon, I'd use Henry. Well, I probably wouldn't use Gordon if I had Henry. I'd use Donald and Douglas because they're brilliant.
Toby and Henrietta?
Yeah, I don't know, but to be honest, I want a proper J70 trap, so.
Well, I was looking for that on eBay and I didn't have very much luck.
Yeah, there's not many of them left. They're exclusive to Monorail. Might be quite difficult to find.
Ah, Duke of Gloucester.
Currently being overhauled.
It's a pity she's the only one of her 8p time.
Yeah.
If you were going to buy any of the Britannia ones, which one would you choose?
Britannia and Oliver Cromwell.
Who's got the nickname Angry Ollie?
Those two. I wouldn't get a clan.
No, me neither.
It's just another. The thing with BR logos, they just all look very similar, and I don't really like that. They all look the same.
Yeah.
They're always painted black or green, and they're really boring. So I wouldn't own that many of them. Tell you what I do want that I'm looking for. The WD, Austerity, and LMR on More Military Railway Blue.
The 280 version, I think,
280,
is
yeah.
still available.
That's what I'm looking for. In the blue and with the red coupling mod and stuff.
Yeah, it's a pity the 210 version hasn't come out.
I'm surprised that Hornby haven't done that. You know, with having obviously the 9F.
Yeah. I mean,
Or even Batman's got the 9F, so
yeah, that's true.
surprising, isn't it? But
Yeah.
who knows? I'd end up with quite a few of those 280s actually.
How many?
Well, probably 3 max. LMR, LNER,
Oh, okay.
and the Dutch Green. I like the Dutch Green one.
I don't think I've ever seen that shade.
Google it. They look quite good.
Oh,
It's
right.
like a really, really dark green.
Well, I mean, green is my favourite colour. Well, my
Yeah.
third favourite colour. I like any shade of green. Oh,
Hola.
Hi.
The next train to Chester is 1817.
okay.
Okay.
I just come to die.
Sweet.
Oh, that sounds so nice.
9. Bye.
I'm still on that later.
An hour.
Sure.
So we'll have to whiz through the rest of these.
Well, not too fast, but
Yeah, we're not running all of the pocket rockets. We're only
No.
running. We might run Smokey Joe and the Caledonian one. And that's it. And then, yeah. But to prep the 14 double X, because obviously it's going to be coming up soon, isn't it? Lovely that. Right, we've got the standard 4, then we've got the 2 shunters, and then we'll move on to the Great Western, so we'll do those in a minute. Right, let's take this one off. What I'm going to do is kill some time
kill some time.
by running these two together.
Sure.
So he's going to go there. He's going to go that way, actually.
Titchy, titchy, titchy.
And then he's having to
I
run
can
that
I
way.
can see why you love them so.
I like the 03 though. Do you know, I know somebody, I think, who's got 14 03 shunters
Really?
on Instagram.
Hey, I can't do that. I'm not as clever as you. How do you manage that one-handed?
I don't know. He's got 14. I'm like, that's a bit OTT for them, but yeah. What the hell am I going to run with the Ruston? Should just run the Ruston on its own.
Well, she's only tiny.
They're not the strongest loco in the world.
No,
Actually, we had a debate, could it pull 3 teaks, and I won that debate because I said yes and it did. Oh, I've got this, you know. Great.
yeah, sure.
I don't know what to run. Do you want me to have them hot past that? I'll have that, and then that visitor centre one underneath. We'll run those. That's better. We'll just run these. The Ruston should hold these, shouldn't it?
Of course. Although, when Sam did his challenge, he found the Ruston can actually hold 24.
It's a very powerful loco, you know.
For the small size.
It hold my 3 teaks with these.
Did it?
Yeah. I'm surprised that's not. Why is that not going?
Yeah.
Pop it on this one. It is working. So yeah, that should work on here.
Whoa, boy.
Hang on.
Ah! Maybe those aren't in properly.
They're not.
We have success, we have movement. Oh.
Apologies. Is that cut out because I've
Yeah.
I've unplugged this?
Oh, I got it to move again. She's moving.
I know, but not very well. I mean, that's not brilliant, is it?
But it's better.
That's better. It's about 3/4 of the way in, and it's running better than it was when it was fully in. No, it's not. Am I actually in shot here doing this?
Your hands are, but the rest of you isn't.
Oh, stupid Ruston.
Hey, give him a break. He was mine first.
He's cute, but
Don't torment him so.
Problem with the Ruston is it doesn't really run that well when it's really slow.
They're friends.
I know.
Kind of.
Right. Plan B. We'll run the Ruston later with the 14 double X. Because at least they can run that flat out then. Move him out of the way. So, last of the BRs. Which was the standard 4
Tender engine.
with the Ruston together. We're then going to go on to the last section, which is obviously the Great Western. I know that isn't Great Western. However, who gives a toss? It's green. It can run with the 14 double X. 14 double X is going that way, so do you want to pick some freight for us to pull? Because we're going to do a freight session with her, so all the freight is in there for you if you would like to choose any specifically. There's some good stuff in there. And I'll stick her on. Go just stick her here for now.
Oh, right.
So we can reverse her in. Spin her that, but she'll go that way. standard 4 runs so, like, genuinely, I was considering getting rid of this in standard 4 for a new one. And then when I looked at its face, I was like, I physically couldn't. I couldn't get rid of it. I'm completely besotted with this loco. Oh, is she pulling it backwards?
Well, she doesn't have to go forwards all the time, does she?
Does she not want to go that way though? Forwards that way for a bit of a change.
Yeah, okay.
Tidmouth Mill. Don't
What?
get the other tankers as well. The other tanker.
Well, I don't just want tankers. I want a bit of a mix. Not too much though, because she's only small.
Yeah, well, she's Welsh. So does she want to pull the wagon that said Loch Kelly on it?
Oh,
Or is Loch Gelly Scottish?
hang on, wait a minute. I think I've got a better idea.
Does she want any Coleman's mustard dressing?
No, she doesn't want that. She doesn't like it.
I don't like mustard either, but I still have a wagon with mustard on it. I unfortunately don't have the Ocean Motion wagon. I've lost the log.
I know it's not Christmas, but
Word code.
it's right there in front of you.
Do you want this on as well? Great Western Coach.
Nah, leave that off.
Put Toad on the back. So we've got 2 tankers, the Santa Express train and Toad the Caravan.
Yeah, I think it's a nice mix, don't you?
Unless we take that out and put in the coach. Or parcels. Do you want a parcels van?
Okay, sure.
Because we keep the milk on.
Yeah. Well, I'm going to keep the
We
milk
need
on.
the food and warm. And
Yeah.
then we'll just a bit of variation. I can either put that on with the Great Western or we put a proper parcel wagon on. But obviously parcels are important at Christmas. But then you can put parcels in that.
Yeah. I think I'll give her a light about.
Like that. We don't want it to have too much, do we? Because
No, of course not. I think that's enough for her.
I like that standard 4. It's going around nicely, isn't it? So you stick around for a bit,
Yeah, sure.
then we'll stick the gorgeous 14XX on with a sort of Christmassy train.
Well, I'm in the Christmas mood all the year round. That's why I chose those two.
Nice test of its strength though, and it's going the opposite way as well, to make a bit of variation.
Well, you don't have to have every single train going in the same direction, do you?
But genuinely, that standard 4 is running so well.
Well, my standard 4 tank engine runs just as well as that.
It's a bit loud, but it runs really well. Like,
Oh, yeah, it is loud, but my Blossom 2MT, she's much louder.
but this is an old split chassis. And double chimney, standard class 4. Now,
Of course.
double chimney, that's why I'm keeping it. Well, it's not. I'm keeping it because me and that standard 4, we've
Your
had
best
a-
buddies.
Yeah, we're best buddies, but we've had a rough ride. Like, I've had to glue part of its coupling rod on that many times, and it's even come off. It's
Oh,
actually running around without it on. But to be honest, it actually runs better without it, so I might keep it off this time.
I see.
It's here. You know the bit that goes into the cylinder box there?
Yeah,
You see
yeah.
how it's come off? It actually runs a lot better without that on, so I'm literally just going to take it off and put it somewhere safe. Because it's not going to do it any harm running without it.
No, no.
Because it's not a serious piece of kit that it needs. But
No.
it's a lot smoother. So what I'm going to do, very quickly, I'll keep the O3 running because it's probably done a lot less laps. I'll show you. There.
Yeah, I can see.
So that comes out all of the time. So what I'm going to do is just remove it fully. Because firstly, it's not that noticeable. And secondly, it is far smoother without it. How long have we been going?
Well, it's getting on for 5:30.
And my phone is actually really dim because its battery's going. There you go. That's the piece.
Yeah.
What I'm going to do is put that somewhere safe, so I'm actually going to just chuck it under here somewhere. In the engine shed.
Yeah.
Make sure the loco doesn't clang on it because that will not end well, but it'll be fine there.
So my standard 4 now runs a lot better. It just doesn't have a full coupling rod, but it does run better. Don't know why that's out.
Well, you got it out in the first place.
To be honest, I'd rather have my standard 4 running a lot better than I would it having that coupling piece. So that's how it works. Right, we can now prep for. Get rid of these. We don't need these now. Oh, we do for Hogwarts actually. I know it's got Hogwarts coaches, but it's just easy with those. I hate name couplings on coaches. They so annoy me. These fell off as well. What the hell? What nightmares they are. Right, pop them there. Justin. We've got the A3, we're still going around.
Hey, you can't forget that.
Should we try it with those wagons? Let's just do it for a laugh. And then. Come on.
Are you sure you've got the right one?
Yeah. Maybe it doesn't work the sidings. Is it even plugged in? Nope.
Oh, there you go. Now you've got movement.
Why does stuff not plug in?
I don't know. Right, now try it.
There we go. 14 double X. And let me just grab this. How much percent? Oh god, this is really serious now. Right, hang on. So that I don't have to plug it into a wall. Plug it into my laptop instead. It should work, but it'll keep it boosted.
Yeah.
It's gone off.
Don't worry, at least you got most of it.